Happy St. Valentine's Day, or the bloody St. Valentine's Day massacre to you all. Welcome to Lords of the Longbox presents the CovrPrice Top 10 for the week ending February 12th. I hope glad you guys are spending the time with us. You don't want to be standing in line at restaurants and all that stuff today. That's garbage for people who've been together a long time. You just get something at home. You guys just hang out together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe watch The Notebook. I don't know, or watch Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? That's the Notebook is the Star Wars, the chick flicks to me. So while you guys are congregating, since we'll play something romantic for you, shall we?
I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with the shape of you. I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with the shape of you.
That's the closest to any Valentine's Day type mixes I have. So,
that's
Laura,
perfect.
Say what's good to people.
Yeah, I'm so glad you guys are hanging out with us. I agree with TiVo. Valentine's Day, yeah. If you've been in a relationship long enough, it's just get on the couch. We're gonna order some pizza and watch Hush.
And save a bunch of money.
A bunch of money.
A bunch of money.
JB, say what's good to people.
How you doing, everybody? And welcome to the top 10 list presented by CovrPrice. And man, it's a good one. You know what's trending out there. Wait till you hear the information as to why. Stick around, folks.
For those who watched the Super Bowl, there was like 10 ads, I believe, for films. It's interesting how the Super Bowl has changed to where they used to show the entire trailer. Now they're just like, here's 30 seconds, but you can see the entire 2-minute trailer online. That's smart, right? Because it costs $7 million for 30-second ads. So, it's like I saw your boy Jason Momoa in the crazy Fast and Furious I guess part 10. I don't know what movie they're on. It's kind of ridiculous. So it's insane. It's insane. But I think DC definitely. Oh, that Flash trailer was incredible. All my
we'll get to that later.
My tinkling bits got a bit of fire when I saw Michael Keaton show. Yeah, I'm probably bad. Yeah, I'm Batman.
By the way, everybody, we do have a giveaway. We've got a giveaway in today's show. So at the end of the show, stick around to the end, and we're going to take a comment from last Thursday's show. And we are going to pick that comment from last Thursday's Shakers list, and you're going to get a chance to win this. Now, comments, if you notice, the new hot thing is to tell us what your favorite cover of the show was in the comments afterwards, because that will be your entry into this Thursday when we do our Shakers list. There's a hot new exclusive dropping from Bird City, and we're giving it away on Thursday's show. And how do you enter? Drop your comment as to what your favorite cover was in today's show after the show in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, too. Just saying.
I'm confused. Yeah. Are we giving something away today, too, as well?
Today, too. I'm giving this away today.
For somebody who left a comment on Thursday's show.
That's right.
All right. So while we're going through this, JB, drop a link for Thursday's show.
I will drop a link to last Thursday's show in the chat so you can go over there and comment what your favorite cover was in that show.
It's Valentine's Day. We're giving away. We're just exuding love to you all. So
you got it.
The show is brought to our friends over at CovrPrice.com for your price guides, collections, and trends. Head over to CovrPrice.com. This show is also proudly sponsored by our friends over at Bird City Comics. Use discount code of LOTLB to get 15% off anything in the Bird City Comics store. As aforementioned, Laura, can you tease what's dropping on Friday?
So we have a new title from Image called Dead Romans, and all I'll say is it's definitely one for Nintendo fans.
Oh, I see a theme here.
That's a tease.
Like, that, or that, or won't go any further.
We love
But let's get
Nintendo.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's get right to it, boys and girls. This is Cover Price Top 10 as usual. There's always a runner-up that doesn't quite crack the top 10, but is worth an honorable mention. What do we have for this week's runner-up?
Almost made it to the list. We have Spider-Man Noir #1 by Dennis Calero, variant cover from 2009. Last week, we got news of a Spider-Man Noir series in development at Amazon. This is one of 2 series that Sony has been promising to the fans, the second being Silk Spider Society. Fans immediately moved to grab the more affordable Calero variant before more news could propel it further out of reach. We tracked 23 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 141%, with a high sale of $300 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw near mint fair market value of $79. And I kid you not, I almost purchased this today. I was like sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, is this going to go higher? Is this going to go higher? What do you guys think?
I think it will. I mean, especially if they're going to do, because it was kind of goofy spin on it, how they did it on the Spider-Man animated movie, but with Nick Cage voicing him, like he's one of his lines was, I cut myself just to know that I'm living, or something like that. It's something crazy, but I would love to see Nick Cage return in the serious role as Spider-Man Noir, although he's probably aged out a bit at this time, but he's a huge comic book nerd, so you never know, man. But Spider-Man Noir #1, the Dennis Calero variant, coming in at the runner-up spot. Let's get right to the top 10, boys and girls. What do we have at number 10?
Oh man, you knew this was on there. Coming in at number 10, Batman issue 655, originally published in 2006. Bat fans can't get enough of Damian Wayne. One of the most notable new characters debuting in Gunn's roster, Damian takes 2 spots in this week's list. First up, his cameo appearance. Wherever you may stand on the cameo versus full appearance debate, you can't go wrong with either book. They both have nearly the same FMV for a raw near mint copy. The question comes down to, well, the collector. What is most valuable, a cameo or a first appearance? You know what? That's a question for the chat. Right now, give us your answer in the chat. And if you're watching on the rewind, what is more valuable in your opinion, a cameo or a full appearance? Love to get a poll on that one. Well, we tracked 26 copies sold, a 7-day trend of 125% with a high sale of $495 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $71.
And part of the segment of things TiVo watched that you should watch, sponsored by nobody, is Super Sons. If you haven't seen it, it is great. Damian plays just an absolute little murder bot in the series. It's an animated film that features, obviously the son of Batman and the son of Superman. And long story short is all the heroes of the world are kind of taken out, and so it's up to the Super Sons to help them out. So I guess I just spoiled it. But that's the way it plays.
On the cameo debate, like I honestly to this day I don't understand why a cameo isn't a first appearance.
It all depends, like, too, I guess.
Show.
It all depends.
We should have a whole show on it.
I mean, Wolverine, it goes back to Wolverine 180, 181. And, and it goes through, people who miss out on the first appearance will try to find any reason for a cameo. Sometimes a cameo is very obvious, but sometimes it's not. Like NYX was a vial in something. You know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of like weird reasons why people will get a cameo, and it's really up to the collector what they want to get, or a completionist, right? But if you are just pulling Batman titles, you probably have this anyway. You know what I'm saying? So number 10 on the list is Batman number 656. I mean, cameo versus first appearance. People, I swear to God, will burn the village down to have that argument. And to me, it's just like, hey man, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you have it, if you have it, if you don't, you don't. Celebrate it. Don't bash people about it, but some people will go really hard on it.
Well, it's not just Wolverine, it's Gambit, there's other characters where it's just like, what is it?
Yeah, but see, on the Wolverine one, just like the Gambit, they're both on the covers for what the market has dictated, I guess, is the best way of saying what the first appearance is, right?
Before the market, I agree. Yeah.
It's what the market dictates. But then, people are like, 180 should get more because it actually says his name and he appears on there. Just like Gambit, he's on another comic, but that X-Men book, he's right there smack dab on the cover. Would you rather have him on the cover or have him in the background doing something. So you never know, man. So Batman 656, a 9.8 for $4.95. Wow. All right. As the aforementioned book.
All right. Spider-Man Noir #1 takes the #9 spot. This is out in 2009. As mentioned in the runner-up spot, this book is seeing some heat after the announcement of Spider-Man Noir would be receiving the live-action treatment. This exciting news was followed by lukewarm news one day later when it was reported that Spider-Man Noir would not be Peter Parker. It's an interesting direction to take, and while some seem hesitant, fans are still chasing Noir's first appearance. We tracked 27 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 127%, with a high sale of $525 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $189.
Wait a minute. So they're messing with the origin?
No, so I mean it's basically Sony has a stable of characters they can use, right? So that's why you're getting like Madam Web series or movie and things along that nature. And then there's things that are owned that Marvel does produce, but Sony gets all the money for. Whereas opposed to there's something like this where Sony produces and they get all the money for. And Kevin Feige might have some say in it. But we're seeing more things cross over now, multiverses and stuff. I mean, just look at the Flash trailer. I mean, we got multiple versions of Batman, the Flash, Superman. I mean, it's a good time to be it's chic to be geek, as I like to say. #9 list, Spider-Man Noir, #1 from 2009.
I love that.
CGC 9.8 by 20. You can use that on your show. It's chic to be geek.
I'm gonna steal it.
All right. What do we have for #8?
All right, at #8, we've got Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants, issue #1, the Arthur Adams 1 in 15 variant, originally published in 2023. Well, what do you know? Now, every other book on this list made it to the top 10 because of new information or a new trailer. However, this book stands alone. While it holds the first appearance of a new character, John Ironfire, it is unrelated to any cinematic news. This book is selling, well, simply because it was a great story, a good key, and a fantastic retailer incentive cover. We tracked 14 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 349%, with a high sale of $100 for a raw dog and a current near mint fair market value of $89.
Yeah, around here, that's what we like to call that organic, meaning it's a comic book first appearance, not related to any type of news or TV show or in hopes of a TV show. Where nowadays you have the cart leading the horse, where it's the just look at The Last of Us, right? Nobody cared about that comic book until now. Maybe it was because Nero did a show about it, but but now
oh yeah, it was all because of us. Yeah,
but we've seen a lot of things where like Mario Brothers and video games and things of that nature are finally getting much love, where just as good old organic this first appearance in the comic books like we used to do back in the day when we were kids, man. And plus, Art Adams can't go wrong with 1 in 50 variant from Storm and the Brotherhood of Mutants, #1 from 2023. All right, what would I have for #7?
#7, we have Batman 656 from 2006. This is the second half of the full versus cameo appearance book set. Whichever you prefer, both are on the top 10 list this week. Gunn's announcement for The Brave and the Bold has catapulted both these books into the spotlight. Who knows what the future holds for Damian Wayne? One thing is certain. His books have dominated the secondary market since last week. We tracked 41 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 120%, with a high sale of $360 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw near mint fair market value of $67. So hopefully you guys just own both of these, and then it's a moot point, right?
Yeah. It's good to see that Batman or DC books are starting to get some heat on them now. And we always said Marvel
People on DC for so long though, since I've been in this hobby.
People have been just crapping on DC
forever, and now all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh, I've
years.
loved it the entire time." It's like I don't know.
I for one can't wait to see what James Gunn does with the DCU. I mean, there's like I said, a huge history. I mean, Creature Commandos, that's something I'd never heard of. Now I want to see it. After the Flash trailer, anything is possible because they're going to reboot the DC universe.
But Tivo, you've been watching and investing in DC prior to all of this, right? For years.
Not really. I mean, I have some of the big DC keys, not like Golden Age keys, but I have like Man of Xanadu, and I had like I had Dead Man and some other things, And
nobody was collecting weird, crazy Creature Commandos.
And pretty much they all died out. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, chat, prove them wrong. Anybody in the chat?
Well, we're about to find out here because that was a great segue into number 6 on our list.
As we said, there we go.
Number 6 on the list, we've got Creature Commandos, issue number 1, originally published in 2000. Another Gunn announcement propels a book to our top 10 list. While Weird War Tales, issue number 93, is the first team appearance of the Creature Commandos, speculators are picking up the team's first solo series. An interesting note is that the characters that first appear in this issue do not appear in the promo image that was released for the series. Regardless, this has not stopped fans from purchasing a copy. We tracked 11 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 468% with a high sale of $89.95 for a raw copy. Now, current near mint raws are trending at $43.
Anybody in the chat? Anybody?
Anybody have it?
I've never heard of Creature Commandos.
Get out of here!
I can't wait to see it. You know what I'm saying?
And if you did have it, it was in a dollar bin box when you pulled it.
Yeah, this is definitely in James Gunn's wheelhouse. He likes to kind of pull out these obscure characters. we're gonna, we've seen it. So
can you imagine what he's gonna do with this group, though? I mean,
it's gonna be so much
he
fun.
took Guardians and turned them into just something we care about. Every single one of those characters. If any of those baseline characters were to die in the next movie, and I think one will, we're going to be shedding a tear. And now I feel like we're going to feel the same way about these guys in about 5 years.
I think they're all going to die. I think they're all gone away, to be honest with you. I think there will be a new Guardians of the Galaxy team, I think, led by Adam Warlock. Maybe Warlock team and the Infinity Watch. Something along those lines. But I think like Rocket and Drax is done. I know for sure.
Well,
Star-Lord is.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I think Star-Lord is, chasing Jurassic animals around. So, something I was watching. Not so bad. I was watching that again. So Creature Commandos number 1 from DC from 2000. That was in dollar bin box before the announcement. All right, halfway there, boys and girls. What do we have for number 5?
Sequential said that would be awesome if they all died.
That's awful.
All right, number 5, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow from 2021. Supergirl is a superstar this week. She is giving Damian a run for his money. The Gunn announcement of a Supergirl movie has increased interest in this book, which shares the same title as the movie. Seeing as this book will be the inspiration behind the movie's storyline, it is quickly becoming a rarity to find. We tracked 41 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 140%, with a high sale of $50 for a near mint raw copy, and currently trending at a fair market value of $39. This one I'm iffy about. Weren't there like 41,000 copies of these out there and about? Like maybe you should just wait until the craze dies down.
Now, is this the same Supergirl that's in the Flash film, Kara, or is this somebody different?
No, I don't think so. I'm so confused.
I thought this was Kara.
Yeah. I mean, it just looks different.
Is that what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, but
I just don't know the DC properties that well.
Well, I mean, Supergirl is actually older than Clark Kent, but her spaceship got lost. So she was sent to take care of Kal-El, but her spaceship got lost, and so she ended up on Earth after Kal-El did. So so that's why Supergirl has her own kind of niche, and and there was a big following for Melissa Benoist, however you say it. That was Supergirl on the CW. I would love to see her reprise the role, but she looks pretty badass in the Flash trailer. That version, Kara. They looks like they broke out of somewhere, and then she was just kind of fucking shit up. So
Well, come on. If you're far, you can see what they did. If you read Flashpoint, then you can see how they've kind of substituted. Superman was the one that was kind of hidden away underground by the military, and now they're going to turn that into her. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
we saw Michael Keaton. We saw what's his name? Ben Affleck.
I'm calling it right now. We're going to see them all.
Yeah,
I bet we see every iteration of Batman that's alive.
Well, there's the Matrix for Supergirl as well, which they haven't really talked about, but that's a fun storyline. It's an interesting one. And then she turns into Linda Danvers, which is also an incredibly powerful storyline. So there's a lot to do with this character.
There we go. There you go. Girl power, man. So number 5 on the list, Supergirl, Woman of Power. Number 1, Raw Dog for 50 Bones. Came out in 2001. All right, this book is one that I've been specking on for a long time. I have actually signed 9.8 New York City Comic-Con edition.
We're sharing the love. I didn't know about this one. Next up, at number 4, we've got Witches, issue number 1, originally published in 2014. This is an interesting book to see in the top 10. The story is truly a captivating horror tale with striking visuals. While this was originally optioned for a film, it has now been announced that it will be an animated series debuting on Amazon. Whether you're an investor or a collector, Witches is a great pickup in preparation for the eventual debut of an animated horror show. We tracked 73 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 90% with a high sale of $153 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a raw near mint fair market value of $22.
I never read this. I have
Neither
not
have I.
here.
TiVo, you're
back
muted.
in 2014. This skirted the convention of horror comics. Now horror comics proliferate the industry, right? But back then, it was Scott Snyder, right? I think it was, or I know Josh Wynn did it, because I had him one of his variants as well, and I got this in the 9.8 Scott Snyder, and so Witches is kind of a perfect time for it. It's kind of just like Descender. They like Justin Wynn did Descender, got optioned by Sony, and Sony just sat on it forever and ever and ever, and hopefully that'll get some love too. But I'm telling you, there's gold in the hills that for comic book properties that have not been developed, but people that studios have picked up on.
It looks like it has like a Blair Witch vibe. I could be completely wrong because again, I haven't read this.
You're right. It does look like Blair Witch for those who remember that shaky ass movie, man. Jesus. It was like it's just like the highest grossing movie of all time because it only cost like $90,000 to make and it made like $1 million.
Oh, you mean it? It was they had the highest profit margin, you mean?
Yeah,
the highest profit margin. Yeah. I remember when I saw
$4 to make.
I was in a full theater of people waiting to like, what's going to happen? What happened? What did something just happen? Wait a second. Is that somebody standing in a corner? But, we're just going nuts about it. But anyway, number 4 on the list is Witches number 1 from 2014, a CGC 9.8 for 153 bonards. What do you have for number 3?
Number 3, we have The Authority from 1999. Ultra violent, gritty, and weird. This sounds exactly like a project Gunn was born to helm. His particular style of bizarre characters and visually captivating scenes will fit this project well. The Authority is not a PG-13 group of heroes, and Googling a few panels of this comic will show how violent this group of heroes can be. Many have compared the gritty, sarcastic, and bloody team with that of The Boys. The Boys paints heroes negatively, while this series still holds on to a more hopeful view of superheroes. We tracked 42 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 166%, with a high sale of $422 for a CGC 9.8 and a current raw, very fine fair market value of $33. This one, I think, sounds like this is probably one of the ones I'm most excited about when it comes to the Gunn lineup.
I have this somewhere, man. Because I remember reading this. Yeah, Midnighter was a badass character. I mean, he would just beat you to a bloody pulp. I mean, it was basically the Authority's take on Batman was the Midnighter, and way before gay was cool. Midnighter was married to Apollo. I think his name was Apollo. Was it Apollo? One of the other characters. So it was like the first like openly gay couple that was in a comic book back in 1999, which back then, we were still looking at, half naked women and bikini out, bikini covers and all that stuff. So it was very forward thinking for its time. So number three on the list is The Authority, number 1 from 1999 for $422. I got to find my copies, man. All right, what do we got for number 2?
All right, before we get to number 2 on the list, I want to shout out the 120 people in the live chat. If you are enjoying the show, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed to the channel, and hit that like button.
Us up. Once we get to 8,000 subs, I'm going to give away one of my appendages and some comic books.
I don't know about that, but I'm
And
sure there'll be some comic
or,
books in the
I'll
future.
get comics or my right arm. I name a left arm because I'm left-handed. Well, actually, I'm ambidextrous, so maybe you can have a leg.
Oh my goodness. All right, next up at number 2, we've got Butterfly, issue number 1, originally published in 2014 from Archive Studios Press. Talk about an overnight success. Amazon announced that this storyline will be getting a series on its streaming platform, and that's all it took to increase the value of this comic. A few weeks ago, this book was a dollar bin find. After the announcement of the series, this book made enormous jumps in value. Within a day, it jumped to 25, then again to 50, and again to 100. The spike in interest and value in this issue is simply mind-blowing. We tracked 22 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 707%, with a high sale of $100 for a raw copy and a near mint fair market value of $67.
So it has 707% jump, and it's a raw $100
from $1 to
Anybody know what this story is about? Anybody?
No.
Has anybody read this? Does anybody know what this is about?
And if somebody claims they have this, I want to go ahead and post it on Instagram, tag the Lords of the Long Box, and you
put your face next to it in today's newspaper. So we have to if you're such a thing. But and it's going to Amazon, right?
This one,
Amazon.
Yeah. Well, Amazon has a pretty good track record, although they canceled Paper Girls, which was on Amazon, right? Paper Girls, was that on Amazon?
It is, and I held on to all my copies because I'm like, I'm not selling this. It's such a good story. There's gonna be so much more to develop, and they canceled it.
I'm the same way.
I have a 9.6 left, and I was like, man, I hope it finds another home to finish out the story because it was so great, it was so cool. I mean, I think it got caught up with people trying to compare it to Stranger Things. I think that was the problem, and and then maybe Amazon just didn't have the I don't know, the money for it. It seems like Amazon has tons of money, though. I mean, come on. If you could do The Legend of Vox Machina, which is things people watch that you should watch, 2 seasons of The Legend of Vox Machina.
Is Sequential Geek, is he trolling us? He's got to be trolling us with this radioactive butterfly comment, right? I'm telling you, folks, if you're watching on the rewind and you're like, man, I got to catch a show live, you do. The chat is on fire. If you're watching this on the rewind, turn the live chat on because the chat's on fire. Shout out to you guys. You guys are fantastic.
Comment of the day is Laura is on the cover fighting over eggs.
Dude, eggs are insanely overpriced right
now. Are they? I don't know, man. I haven't shopped for eggs in a while,
it's
man.
$10 a dozen. It's crazy.
Holy cow. All right. So number 2 on the list is Butterfly number 1. Wow. That's a deep and dig.
I feel like we should be saying holy chicken instead.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get to it. What do we have for today's number 1?
Here we are, guys. Number 1, Superman Batman number 8 from 2004. Let's be real. Who watches the Super Bowl for football? We all know why we tune in. It's the commercials and the mind-blowing trailers. And wow, DC put its best foot forward in the showcasing the upcoming The Flash film. I just posted about this. This trailer's amazing. There are so many amazing moments looking at you, Keaton, but one specific character's debut in the DCU propelled this book to the week's top spot, Supergirl. However, this isn't Lara Lane Kent from Injustice Gods Among Us Year 3, number 7, regardless of the notable likeness. Instead, it looks like this iteration of Supergirl is the post-crisis version of Kara Zor-El. Will this Supergirl be part of Gunn's new DC world? Only time will tell. In the meantime, this book has been seeing some heat. We tracked 43 copies sold at a 7-day trend of 506%, with a high sale of $70 for a CGC 9.8 and a raw near mint fair market value of $24.
I mean, just look at the cover, Michael Turner. I mean, that's one. Man. One of my favorites all time. Michael Turner, he rest in peace. But yeah, Cara, I guess say is that her name?
Cara
Zor-El.
Cara Zor-El.
Right.
So and like I said, she looks badass in that. You know what? My favorite my movie trailer was in the Super Bowl wasn't even comic book related. It was the Air Jordans, the one with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Oh, the commercial, the trailer for the Air.
Yes,
that's it.
Color me interested. But number one, Superman versus Superman Batman number 8 from 2004. But there was a trailer for the Nike executive who said, I wanted to sign Michael Jordan to an exclusive deal, which pretty much launched Nike into what sneaker heads know today is, the Air Force Air Jordans, man.
I got my first Air Forces today as a Valentine's Day present.
No, and you need Air Jordans, not
they're not Jordans. They're just Air Forces.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna.
But it's a start, right?
All right. So, JB's gonna give some stuff away right now.
Yeah, we're gonna give away. We're gonna give away a comic book. Let me go ahead and grab this. This is comments from last Thursday show. So now check this out, everyone. If you're watching this on the rewind, comment below what your favorite cover of the show was to be entered into the drawing on Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to be giving away the latest Bird City exclusive. It is so new, we can't even show you any artwork for it. But we're going to be giving it away next Thursday. Let's get this link in here for the show. Any comment? Let me see if I can get my math right.
Good luck to everybody.
Good luck. We have 62 comments. 62 comments. That's actually pretty good, man. 60. Right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. There's 121 strong. You guys are fantastic. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up on the way out, and let's see who's going to be taking.
Make sure you're subbed up. You have to be subscribed to win.
Got to be subscribed to win. I did mail out our winner on Monday. JB don't wait. JB don't play. JB sends.
I mailed out all my other winners too for those who won the Bird City Comics 6-packs that I sold. That I gave away. I gave away all those. So remember, guys, all should have them now. So good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody. Here it goes.
Polka Cat.
Great show.
That's a long-time viewer. All right.
Yeah. Polka Cat says, great show. I like the Uncharted cover. Every time I come across the regular cover, I think nearly. Okay, nice one. You are the winner, Polka Cat. Please reach out to me on Instagram. That's Discovery.
I think you may have to hit her. I think you may have to hit her. I think it's a female, by the way, and I think you have to hit her up on YouTube. I know she's been watching our show for a really long time, so just comment.
Well, you're gonna have to reach out to me. Give me your address. This book is headed your way in a brand new Gemini mailer. We appreciate you guys, the fans who are watching in the chat. Make sure you comment to be entered into Thursday's show, which is going to be fantastic. That's it for me. As always, don't forget, we had a good time.
That's right. For Laura and JB, this is TiVo saying happy Valentine's Day and keep digging in them long boxes till Thursday, boys and girls. Peace out.
Shake and make it, pull it back.
Oh my God.
Hold on and get some, boys. In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 3 greatest heroes, created from the cosmic legends of the universe. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Now that's a name I've not heard.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is
Shake and make it, pull it back.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is In this, you shall know that the Lord is
Go on and get some, boys.
Jack, here's the deal. I'm the best there is.
In this, you shall know that the Lord is
What's in the box?